I think most people have this lineage of like loving to work out and loving strength training. I was the kid that faked injuries to get out of the weight room. Like I would be in the trainer's office with my foot in a bucket of ice because I didn't like the weight room. I was intimidated from it. And I remember like saving up my money and going to like the local Revco, which was a pharmacy back then, and buying like creatine off the bottom shelf, like, oh, this is gonna help me. I'm gonna get bigger and stronger. And then obviously it didn't. I was just still the same scrawny kid.
I'd love to get into all the specifics around Performance Explorer, what it does for the world and the value it creates. And even before we get there, what would be fun to do is just understand a little bit more about Vernon Griffith. Selfishly, like that's fun for me, but also I think it's something that will resonate with other people, and that like you're not this totally unique unicorn that other people can't understand or resonate. Like I think your story is similar to many people's stories.
For sure.
So can you kind of take us back to, I don't know, as far back as you want to go, and how you got into coaching?
So I guess my coaching starting point is a lot different than everyone else's. So I think most people have this lineage of like loving to work out and loving strength training. I was the kid that faked injuries to get out of the weight room. Like I would be in the trainer's office with my foot in a bucket of ice because I didn't like the weight room. I was intimidated from it. And I remember like saving up my money and going to like the local Revco, which was a pharmacy back then, and buying like creatine off the bottom shelf, like, oh, this is gonna help me. I'm gonna get bigger and stronger. And then obviously it didn't. I was just still the same scrawny kid. And then I joined the military, and on one of the deployments, I really got into working out, just understanding how much the body needs training and whatnot, and how much we can benefit from proper training. Then I started going to school while I was in the military. Got a job at like a local gym while I was in the military. Then I ended up saying like, this is what I want to do. I feel passionate in this field, feel like I can do a lot of good. Got out of the military, went school full time, got a job at a gym while I was being a personal trainer at a gym while I was in school. And then opened up my facility right after I graduated. And then, it's the journey's kind of taken me places, I've never would have thought. The mentors I've been able to learn from, the people I've been able to work with. I think that's been the biggest contributor to my knowledge in the strength conditioning is the collaborative efforts with some of my clients, just the openness and willingness to like share their stories on the floor and allow me to try these exploring concepts with them. That's been the biggest part for me. So, and I'm kind of a product of kind of the clients that I've had.
Yeah. Education wise, did you go to school for exercise physiology?
Yeah.
Okay.
So traditional education sense, CSCS, but I can honestly, I think that's a great starting point. The black and white knowledge and learning, proper education, formal education. But what I've learned since then has been what's the difference has been. Like those learning environments, the continuing education courses I've taken along the way, those have kind of shaped my thought process when it comes to training.
So when you got into coaching, you were doing, was it personal training, or what did your business look like when you got out?
It was personal training in a gym. I think as coaches, we always want to say like personal training's like below you or whatnot, but I can honestly say that was probably the best training from an experience standpoint, because working in athletics or athletes, like there are differences, obviously. I'm not going to be that guy, but when you have like a stay-at-home mom, and then you have a high school kid, and then you have someone that doesn't even want to train, a grandma, and then you have a disabled veteran. Like my back-to-back days were unreal. Like the amount of clients and having to navigate those social situations and conversations and try to really make the training specific to that person and not just be like, all right, well, today's workout on the board is all this.
Sure.
I think that's helped mold me as a coach. Like, how do I get this person to their needs instead of trying to fit this person into a program? How do I make this program mold to them to fit their needs and goals?
Totally.
But personal training, that was pivotal because you just see such a variety of people. It's so different.